2 Samuel chapter 9. 2 Samuel chapter 9. Verse 1 says, And David said, Is there yet any that is left of the house of Saul, that I may show him kindness for Jonathan's sake? And there was of the house of Saul a servant whose name was Ziba. And when they called him unto David, the king said unto him, Art thou Ziba? And he said, Thy servant is he. And the king said, Is there not yet any of the house of Saul, that I may show the kindness of God unto him? And Ziba said unto the king, Jonathan hath yet a son which is lame on his feet. And the king said unto him, Where is he? And Ziba said unto the king, Behold, he is in the house of Machir, the son of Ammiel, in Lodabar. Then King David sent and fetched him out of the house of Machir, the son of Ammiel, from Lodabar. Now when Mephibosheth, the son of Jonathan, the son of Saul, was come unto David, he fell on his face and did reverence. And David said, Mephibosheth. And he answered, Behold thy servant. And David said unto him, Fear not, for I will surely show thee kindness for Jonathan thy father's sake, and will restore thee all the land of thy Saul thy father, and thou shalt eat bread at thy table continually. And he bowed himself and said, What is thy servant, that thou shouldest look upon him as a dead dog, as I am? And then the king said unto Ziba, Saul's servant, and said unto him, I have given unto thee thy master, all thy master's son, all that pertaineth to Saul, and to do all his house. And thou therefore and thy sons and thy servants shall till the land, and so on and so forth for him. But David here was looking to find out if there were any sons of Saul left that he could show him kindness. And Mephibosheth, if you go over to 2 Samuel chapter 4, it tells you a little bit about Mephibosheth. 2 Samuel 4 and chapter 4, verse 4. 2 Samuel 4 and verse 4. And Jonathan, Saul's son, had a son that was lame of his feet. He was 5 years old when the tidings came of Saul and Jonathan out of Jezreel, and his nurse took him up and fled, and it came to pass, as she made haste to flee, that he fell and became lame, and his name was Mephibosheth. So we see here that Mephibosheth became lame as a result of the servant of Jonathan trying to get him away. Because why? She was afraid that they were going to come to kill him. So she was trying to make haste and protect Mephibosheth and keep him alive. Now Mephibosheth, if you looked up his name in the Hebrew, is a dispeller of shame. A dispeller of shame. And it also it comes from Meribah, which is a quarreler. One definition is a quarreler or rebellion. So here it is, Mephibosheth, dispeller of shame, quarreler, rebellion. So here is a real type of the flesh. David is always a type of Christ, of the Anointed One, or the Spirit of God, following the Spirit. So, and Mephibosheth here, a type of the flesh. And so, to dispeller of shame. To dispel means to rid of by, or as if by, driving away or scattering. What does the flesh want to do? It wants to take care of itself. How does it take care of itself? Well, the servant took care of Mephibosheth out of fear. She took and picked him up and ran off with him and wanted to protect him, but in her fear, she actually damaged him, hurt him, caused him to be lame. So that's the way it is. You know, we can look at the flesh and the flesh of Mephibosheth here, or the type of the flesh, and say the flesh out of fear tries to protect us, tries to protect you, thinking that it's doing good. Didn't you think that the servant, Jonathan's servant, thought she was taking care of, protecting Mephibosheth, but in her haste, out of her fear, she actually damaged him. She actually caused him to be hurt. She damaged him. He became lame. So she was driven, the flesh is driven by fear, and tried to protect. In so doing, it drives you away from, or scatters you from God. It drives you away from God or scatters you. But any time an enemy was scattered, what was it? It was weak. It usually was overcome. But as you look through this here, and we'll get back to 2 Samuel 9, but as you look through here, David throughout all his life, he never took the kingdom. He waited for God. He allowed God to put him through the school. Amen? To deal with his flesh. Galatians 4 verse 1 says that the heir, as long as he is a child, differeth nothing from a servant, though he be Lord of all. You see, David knew that God had called him to be king over Israel.